Welcome to our new lesson of Filmora. In this lesson, we're going to learn about the project settings and about the preferences. And by each and every lesson, we're going to learn how we can edit our videos. But before that, we have to learn more about our project settings and how you can set up your interface so that you can start editing your video with ease. So without any further ado, let's move on to your lesson and open up Filmora on our device. As you can see that I have, now the first thing I'm going to be doing is going to be opening up the new project so that we can set it up and we can see how we base to be like. And just as the title holds, we're going to show you about the project settings and we're going to show you how you can fix it up according to your preferences. Now the first thing I'm going to do is going to be importing the media file, which I already have. This is the media file. So if I want to do that, I'm going to go off to file import over here, media folder. Then I'm going to do is going to be searching for Filmora and resource. Press on open. There we go. All has been created. Now, obviously, if you have already your files which you want to edit, now the next thing which you want to do is going to be making your, let's say, interface to be the way you want it to be, or set it up just the way you want your work to flow, or let's say your workflow to be in ease. Okay. Now, as I've already shown you how you can apply edit, like, apply your text, apply your videos and audios on your timeline panel. So from here, I'm going to do is drag audio. And then I'm going to do is add in let's say this one, a video too, video and an audio. And the last one I'm going to do is just apply in a text, just quick text. There we go. We have 3 of these elements which I'm going to be using, and so that I can show you how you can fix up your, let's say, project settings. Now you can see that as we already have our project settings applied and we get a preview over here. Now in my previous lesson, I've already shown you how you want your player to, let's say, preview your videos or your composition over here, how you want to see it. It could be full quality, it could be half the quality, or it could be quarter of the quality. Now you can see that we have 3 of these options, so select it up according to your need. Most of the time, I would suggest you to keep it on full quality, but obviously there are some keyframes which you can make it blurred. You can keep it, so let's say less resolution so that you can import it faster, you can transfer it faster, edit on it faster. Okay. So it's going to be depending on what you want your outcome to be. Okay. So as we already have our components which we want to edit, now comes up the part where you want to customize it. Okay. Now there on each and every one of these components, you can see the audio, the video, and also the text. Now, when you click on each and every one of them, each and every individual settings appear on this right panel, which is the, let's say, project profile, or we also call it the project panel sometimes. Okay. It's because you can see all the settings over here, and this is basically the info panel. Okay. The information panel over here, project info and all of those. So you'll be able to edit them up however you want to. Now you can see the project name. Now, if you want to change it, you can do that, but you have to edit it up first. Click on this. And then you're going to do is going to be putting it up whichever thumbnail you want, from which local file you want to upload to customize it as your thumbnail. You can do that over here. Okay. Now, if you want to edit it up more, you can do that. It's totally up to you. You have to go to file. You have to save it up just the way you want to, and then be saved. Okay. So as we have our info, now let's go off to the next ones, which we have over here as our text, video, and audio. So when you click on text, you have your basic text, which you can apply over here. Now you might think that where is going to be put. So it's going to be on your videos, not on as the title or the name of your video. Okay. Now you can put in your text over here. Last time, or in our previous lesson, I've shown you how you can put in your text just like this, clicking on that, and you can put in your own text, but you can also do the same thing over here. Okay. Then we have the other options about the font settings and all of those. So we're going to skip that right now. The next one we have is the video. If you want to fix up your scaling, your position, rotation, flip, composition, and everything, you can do all of those things from over here. Okay. So we have also different options. 3 different sections for just on your video. It's going to be videos, it's going to be color, and about the speed. Okay, you can customize each and every one of them individually. Okay, and the last one we have is the audio, where you can fix out the speed and also adjust them. You can also use denoise on over here. You can do that over here. You can fix out your wind. You can fix out the de-reverb, the hum removal, the hiss removal, everything. You can do it over here. Okay, it just basically gives you a very versatile and a very professional tools over here, which a lot of softwares do not have. Okay, so this is one of the key features. Even if you're using free, you can get access to it. So don't worry. Okay. Then we have is the speed. So if you want to use the speed, obviously make sure you're connected to with your account. Okay. I'm going to show it to you later on. Okay. So as we have our preferences, you can also like customize your interface the way you want to. Now, if you want to do that, first off, go off to the view settings. And then you have this layout mode, okay? So if you want to customize your interface, you can do that. Now, let's say I most of the time use default, but if you want to use, let's say I want an organized, workspace, click on that. And this is your organized, let's say interface. Now, if you want, let's say, according to your work, you want a timeline panel to be bigger, you can use it. Now you can see the timeline panel is bigger and you get more of, this option over here, or more of this tool or this panel. Now, if you want a whole different one, now let's say you need to work on short videos. So click on that and it will make up that short video panel or your workspace for you. Okay. Now it's going to depend up to your preferences on which type of work you want to do. And also I've shown you about where you can customize everything on your components or on your composition. Okay. Individually as components. Okay, so we have the layout modes over here. Now, most of the time, if I suggest you is that you use default because you get all the access, but the rest is basically up to you. You can also use classic if you want to, because I've used classics and this is also quite good. Okay, then we also have a couple of other options on zoom level, how you want your workspace to look on a zooming level. Now, if I want 10%, you can see the 10%. Now, if you want it to be a bit bigger than that, you can also do that. Now, on your video or your playback, you can see sometimes that there are a couple of videos, if they are shifted smaller resolution device, it doesn't, let's say, show up. Now, for those purpose, you have to use a save zone, right? So if you want to use a save zone, you can also go off on view and you have the save zone option. So the one inside is basically the save zone. So you'll be able to view them on all platforms. You don't have to worry about, anything being cut off. So you can also use that and fix it up according to your preferences. Now let's go off with the view option again. And the next one we have is go to. So we have also, a couple of options over here, which we're going to go in our next lesson or, in this whole course later on. And the last one we have is the video scopes. Now, if you want to fix out or if you want to see the video scopes and fix out the wavelength of colors being used in your videos, before you want to start off all your projects or composition, you can also do that. Now you can see a preview over here, and obviously you can fix it up just the way you want to. And obviously you'll be able to use different type of waveforms, vector scope, then histogram. You'll be able to customize it just the way you want to and see how those basically work. Okay. So if you want to go through that, use whichever one you feel like using. It's basically up to you. Okay, so let's move on to our next ones, how you can customize it. Now, one of the most important feature over here is going to be how you can move them wherever you want. Now, if you see that if you go off to any border of these panels, you can see your cursor turns into this adjuster. You'll be able to customize it according to your need of space. You'll be able to do it basically on all things, okay? And you can also drag it into a different space. You can do that, okay? You can just, detach itself and also keep it wherever you want. So it's basically up to you. You can see it over here. You'll be able to customize your, ribbons too. It's totally up to you how you want to customize it. And you'll be able to move it wherever you want. You can see, just hold and drag. And if you want to get it back to its space again, just drop it and it will be placed over there. So hope you understood everything about, the project settings and about how you can fix out your preferences on your workspace and also where you can find these tools. Okay, so just fiddle through these options and obviously If you want to sort things out, you have this option over here. You'll be able to find them wherever you want or whenever you want and adjust your workspace just the way you want to. So hope you understood about everything, but still, if you have any question or any confusion about any part of this lesson, feel free to ask me. I'm always there to help you. And make sure not to skip any part, because if you do, you might face a couple of hassle later on. So thank you for watching this video again, and let's move on to our next lesson of Filmora.